Africa is Ghana. Oh yes, I am saying this because Africa is actually Ghana. Ghana to the world. Guys, I'm going to be sharing some videos of some influential people that have changed the narrative of Africa, and they are Ghanaians. When you see those people, you see Africa in them. When you see them, they are Ghanaians. They have paved way for all other Africans, and they are following suit. Let's watch this video to see one of the greatest Ghanaian inventor. What this man invented is gonna shock you. As you're watching, don't forget to like the video, share the video, and comment below. Please comment at the comment section. I am proud to be a Ghanaian.
This is how a kid from a council estate in Hackney went from almost joining a gang to selling his company for 8 figures by age 27. Meet Tim Armoo. Born into chaos, he was either heading to foster care or Ghana. His mom chose Ghana. 10 years later, he's back in London living with his dad in a council flat on the 4th floor, dodging gangs and realizing this life isn't for me. At 14, he started his first hustle. Math tutoring, then biology, then chemistry. If he didn't know the subjects, he hired kids smarter than him, took a cut, and suddenly he's running a mini tutoring empire. But Tim wasn't stopping there. By 17, he skipped school, hustled his way into a business conference, and got to interview Richard Branson. That article blew up his online business magazine, Entrepreneur Express. Sold it in 11 months for £110,000. And just like that, Tim realized the magic of building, scaling, and selling businesses. Here's what Tim figured out early. You get rich by building a business and selling it. So at 21, while studying computer science, he launched FanBytes, an influencer marketing agency. It was built for Gen Z by a Gen Z. He convinced Warner Music to give him £3,000, made magic with it, then turned around to Universal Music Group like, look what I did for 3K, imagine what I'll do with 25K. They bought in. Soon, brands like Nike, Samsung, and even the UK government wanted a piece. Tim wasn't just building a company, he was building an empire. FanBytes grew to 75 employees in 5 years. He raised $2 million in funding, carved out a niche in Gen Z marketing, and turned influencer campaigns into a science. Fast forward, in 2022, Tim sold FanBytes for an eye-watering 8 figures. But here's the kicker, he planned it all. Tim designed his business to be sold from the tech that boosted valuation to the pitch that sealed the deal. And after the deal, my guy walked into the bank, withdrew £1 million just to feel it. He says, sometimes you've got to remind yourself you're not dreaming. Now he's diversifying. Avocado farms, lithium businesses, horoscopes. Tim's playing chess while we're stuck on checkers. And he's sharing his wisdom. Enough is enough when you're working from abundance, not scarcity. Tim Armoo's proof that where you start doesn't define where you finish. Hustle smart, stay the course, and maybe you'll rewrite your own story.
Ever heard of Victor B. Lawrence? The Ghanaian who shaped the very internet that the world uses today. Born in 1945 in Ghana, Victor's brilliance took him from Achimota College to the prestigious halls of Imperial College, London. With a PhD in electrical engineering by 1972, he was already on the path to transforming global communication. From 1974 to 2005, Victor engineered a faster, more reliable way for data to travel over telephone lines at Bell Labs. His innovations pushed modems to remarkable speeds of 56 kilobytes per second, helping everyday people and businesses connect in ways never thought possible. But his achievements didn't stop there. Victor's advances in data encoding, modem technology, and chip design made high-speed connections more accessible, propelling the global internet forward. He even paved the way for digital video, HDTV, and audio transmission. His work on DSL and broadband laid the foundation for the modern, connected world we rely on every day. In 2016, he was rightfully inducted into the American National Inventors Hall of Fame. Today, his legacy inspires countless engineers and dreamers, showing what's possible when passion meets innovation.
If we're going to talk about tropical modernism and contemporary architecture in Ghana, we have to talk about this man right here. So I recently did a video about tropical modernism in Ghana, but if we're going to talk about tropical modernism, we must talk about John Owusu Addo. And no, I haven't forgotten about Jane Drew and Maxwell Fry. If you want me to do a video about these two architects, comment part 3. But back to John Owusu Addo. He is literally one of Ghana's most celebrated architects and educators. He's renowned not just for his pioneering role in tropical modernism architecture, but also for shaping architectural education across Ghana. Some of his most notable buildings include the City House, which is in Accra, Unity Hall at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and the Senior Staff Clubhouse at the university. But people would argue that some of his best work was done at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Through his work, he worked with various different architects such as Kenneth Scott to emphasize climate-adapted, locally relevant architecture. Also, another thing to mention is that he was a co-founder of the Ghana Institute of Architects in 1959. Through this work, he promoted indigenous architectural identity and professional standards in Ghana. What was really interesting is, despite being an architect, he was also an educator. He literally became the first Ghanaian head of the architecture department at the KNUST. He would later then serve as the dean and the pro vice chancellor until 1982. He literally shaped generations of African architects. Honestly, this is why I believe as an architect it's so important to educate and also go back and inspire the next generation. But yeah, this video is already nearly 2 minutes, so let me know if you want me to go through each of these buildings and do a little breakdown like my other videos of each building. Literally, I've only scratched the surface, so yeah, if you want to see more of these videos, let me know in the comments below. And as always, for everything art, architecture and design, make sure to check out my page.
Top 5 most educated Ghanaian politicians. At number 5 is Dr. Hamza Adam. He's a member of parliament in Ghana. He has a BSc in agricultural technology. He has a master's in agricultural extension and a PhD in rural livelihoods. I've never heard of this. Rural livelihoods, what's that about? Anyway, he's a very, very educated man. At number 4 is Dr. Tim Armoo, another member of parliament in Ghana. Very, very accomplished, very, very educated. He has a BSc in computer science. He has a master's in strategic financial management from the University of Derby in the UK. And he has a PhD in actuarial science. Very interesting. I used to know what actuarial science means. I've forgotten now. Anyway, if you know, let me know in the comment section. At number 3 is Dr. Frank Amoakehen. Amoakehen is the Ashanti regional minister. Anyway, he has an MBA from Accra Business School. He has a degree in medical laboratory science from the University of Development Studies. What school is this? Where is this school located in Ghana? Let us know in the comment section. He also has a Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery. So he's a medical doctor. Very, very interesting. Wow. At number 2, the second most intelligent Ghanaian politician is Jane Nana Akpokwu-Agyeman. She's the vice president of Ghana. Anyway, she has a BA in French and English, a diploma in education, a diploma in advanced French studies. She has a master's and a PhD in literature from the York University in Canada. Wow. She's also a professor of literature. So Professor Jane Nana, the vice president of Ghana. She's very, very educated. My Ghanaians, are you seeing the effect of Jane Nana's extensive education in your country? Let us know in the comment section. If you like this list and other lists like this, please follow and like for man. Leave me a comment with the Ghanaian politician that is very educated that I did not put on this list. Lastly, at number 1, we have Professor John Evans Atta-Mills, the former president of Ghana. He had an LLB in law from the University of Ghana. He has an LLM in law from the London School of Economics. He has a PhD or had a PhD in law and taxation from the University of London. He was also a professor of law. So this man is very, very, very educated. Did you guys see the effect of Professor John Atta-Mills' extensive education in your country? Let us know in the comment section and see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Because he is a naturally gifted human being. In fact, I call him the leader of Africa. I don't just call him, yes, I don't just call him the president of Ghana. I call him the leader of Africa. Because he's a leader. I've traveled with him to universities. I have never seen such an incredible brain. He will prepare a speech. He will get on the podium and he's not going to read. Everything is going to come straight from his brain. Harvard, University of Chicago. You were with him? I was with him. University of Johannesburg, World Economic Forum Summit in Durban. When I was a visiting scholar at Oxford University, we invited him to deliver a lecture. He will make you proud any day. Ghana is lucky to have such a man.
To have President Mahama.
Ghana is extremely lucky.
What do you like about him?
I love intelligent people and I love humble people. His humility was underrated. But I remember when some people were boasting that they would never hand over power to him. And I said, oh, they don't seem to know this man. If God loves you, God shows it in many ways. Very, very down to earth. You can see him. You can see it in him from head to toe. He is not a frivolous character. And God has helped him. And all I owe him now is my prayer.
A one-on-one interview with one of the engineers who's responsible for revolutionizing the internet.
Well, Dr. Thomas Mensah worked along with 3 other men, names you should know: Bob Moore, Don Keck, and Peter Schultz, to invent a laser fiber optic system back in the 1980s. They had no idea how it would change our way of life.
Without these 4 guys, the internet won't work, because we invented a laser-based fiber optic system that allows anybody to send a picture to somebody else's cell phone. Without that invention, you cannot send a tweet, you cannot send an Instagram pictures, no Facebook. So we let Facebook, Google, and all those things happen. Because before we did it, everything was using copper. You would stand in front of an ATM machine for about 8 hours, but now you go in and get things quickly. because of the invention of fiber optics.
During that time, how did you even think of this?
Well, I had come out of MIT as a chemical engineer, and I was hired to solve a problem because they couldn't take the invention out of the laboratory. And within 6 months, I've solved the problem and made it feasible so that fiber optics could be cheap and it could replace copper wires throughout America.
Did you ever think we would live in a society now where we would all be walking around with computers and sharing this information?
No, it never dawned upon us, because right now in your pocket you have a computer that is more powerful than the computer that designed the Apollo rocket. Because you can get all the information in the world on this computer. But the only way you can send anything, send a cell phone to somebody else's cell phone, is through the fiber optic system we created.
Well, it is important for all of us to thank those engineers for that laser fiber optic system.
If you are a Ghanaian and you are not proud to be a Ghanaian at this point, Charlie, Massa, I am sorry for you. Let me help you raise the Ghana flag, because if you cannot raise it in the comment section, I am going to be raising it in all of my videos. If you watch this video until this point, please drop your comment. What do you think? Are you now seeing how influential Ghanaians are to the world, not just to Africa, but to the world? They have impacted the world in different ways, but the world are not talking about it. They are not showing you all those things. They don't want you guys to know that in Africa, they have prominent people that have impacted their life. But Ghanaians have done more for Africa. Not just Africa, but the world. Please like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel.